It was a chaotic, action-packed, crash-filled Texas race, but not in a good way. Tires were blowing up every 10 or so laps. Guys were wrecking out of the lead because of the tires. You had a silly little conflict between William Byron and Denny Hamlin that resulted in Hamlin getting spun under caution. It was just a very ugly race. The racing itself, for New Texas standards, wasn't horrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. But the problem is they could only go about 10 laps without someone blowing a tire. I missed the first 2/3 of the race, and I still watched over 2 hours of the race with a rain delay, with a lightning delay, with so many cautions happening. I mean, seriously, guys who crashed out of the lead today. Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch crashed out while he was in the top 5. Like, the tires were terrible today. I don't know if it's a Goodyear thing. I don't know if it's the teams and the air pressures. I mean, I don't think it was because, you know, when you see everyone else blowing tires, you'd think they would raise the air pressures a bit. In fact, midway through the race, I think NASCAR said they approved something by Goodyear to raise the air pressures or something more than usual. So, yeah, it was pretty ugly. I don't know if it's a car problem, if it's a tire problem, if it's both. But it was a very ugly race. As I said, lots of guys blowing tires, especially out of the lead. Just the high speeds in the corners, they would just lose it at the entrance, the exit, wherever it was. You didn't see anyone blowing tires on the straightaways. It was always in the turns. So something about that, they just get in there and the tire would give out, and we had a couple cars catch on fire. Truex had some sparks coming out of his car. Chase Elliott's car caught on fire. We had a really scary crash with Cody Ware. Cody Ware, yeah, I mean, I didn't see it, but apparently he got out of the car and, like, collapsed or fell to the ground, and they had to take him out on a stretcher. But thankfully, he ended up being okay. He was checked released from the infield care center, said he had some soreness in his ankle, but no concussion, nothing like that. So hopefully he is fully okay, able to race next week at Talladega. But you know, I think he's going to get some checks this week, but if he's not okay, just hopefully he gets healed up and fully recovered, something that's hopefully not like long-term damage to his body. But yeah, that was a freaky crash. I won't show any pictures or videos. You can go find that yourself. But yeah, and at the end, it was another non-playoff driver winning. We saw 3 non-playoff guys win in the first round. In this round, we saw a guy who just got eliminated from the playoffs at Bristol win. Of course, 1 week too late for Tyler Reddick. Reddick, of course, was in the NASCAR playoffs, had 2 wins in the regular season to get him in. And last week, he was eliminated at Bristol. Of course, he was leading at Kansas and crashed, and that really hurt him in the points. And look at him now. He's out of the playoffs, but he gets his 3rd career win, his 3rd win of the season as well. His first ever win on an oval in the Cup Series, actually. So, good day for him, obviously, to get that win. Obviously, a little disappointing that it came after he was eliminated, but still, a Cup Series win is a Cup Series win. And it's a win for RCR. It's a win for the 8, you know, showing that they can still win, even in the awkwardness. And Kyle Busch is coming into that team next year. So, yeah, he was fast, I think. I mean, it was kind of hard to tell who was the best car when the leader or top guys would always spin out and crash. So, I really don't know who the best driver car was tonight, but new record at Texas Motor Speedways for most cautions in a race. I think there were 16 or 17. Just yeah, chaotic, bad. And then the whole William Byron, Denny Hamlin thing. So Hamlin ran Byron out of room exiting turn 2 on a lap, and Byron hit the wall. He hit the wall pretty good. Thankfully, he didn't have any problems. He said it bent the toe link, and, you know, they still had damage. They weren't able to run as good as they thought they could have because of the damage. So Byron was going to show his displeasure with Denny Hamlin, and there was a caution. And Martin Truex Jr. had just spun out of the lead and crashed. And as Byron and Hamlin go by, Byron goes to show how upset he is with Denny Hamlin and decides to hit him in the rear bumper. The thing is, Byron was going a little bit too fast, and it was under caution, and they had literally just seen the cause of the caution. And Byron hits him at a wrong angle, and Hamlin goes spinning through the grass. Hamlin was pissed, as expected, and here's my thoughts on the incident. I think Byron has every right to be mad at Hamlin for running him into the wall. He's got every right to show his displeasure, give him a little bump on the back of the car, flip him off or something. But spinning him out under caution when you literally can see the cause of the caution or saw the cause of the caution, that's crossing a line if you ask me. It was so long after the caution came out, they saw it, and I know Byron, I don't think he meant to spin Hamlin out. He just meant to go hit him in the bumper and say, hey, I'm mad at you, but yeah, that was ugly. That was not pretty. I thought Byron should have got a penalty for that, tail end the lead lap, or, pit road penalty, sit him, pit road to get a lap down, but I understand going up, bumping someone on the back bumper, showing your displeasure, but to spin someone out, and I don't think he meant to spin him out, but still the fact that he did it's not good. So, is the count even? I think it's even. Hamlin seems like he's going to try to get back at him, but I don't know. But, so Byron had every right to be mad at Hamlin. Hamlin has every right to be mad at Byron. Let's look at the results of this race. Tyler Reddick's your winner. We've already talked about him. His third win of the season. His third win for RCR, and it was 1 week too late. They win this race last week, or they win last week instead of this week. They advance to the next round, but still, they're fighting for fifth in the points in the championship. So that was a really good points day. That's a win. You get a trophy. You get money. Still a very good day for Tyler Reddick in his first oval win. Second place, Joey Logano, a great points day for him. Finished his second, best finishing playoff driver. He's second in the playoff points, I think, entering this round. So did what he needed to do, just short of a win, but still a really good run. Justin Haley finishes third, a really good run for him in Colleague Racing. Great for them. They survived. Finished third. Ryan Blaney fourth, a really good run for him. Gets a good chunk of points on the day. We will look at the points here in a minute. Fifth place, Chase Briscoe qualified 30th. Looked really bad at the beginning of the race, but survives the chaos, plays some strategy. They end up in the top 5. Really good run for Chase Briscoe. They did not have the highest expectations for the playoffs from, fans, media. A lot of people, including myself, had them out in the first round, but here they are in round number 2, with the top 5 to start it off. Sixth place, Eric Jones. Seventh place, William Byron. We talked about him and Denny Hamlin, their little incident, but despite that, Byron did finish 7th. He got some stage points on the day. He did what he needed to do, but now he has Denny Hamlin mad at him, so that's unfortunate. 8th place, Brad Keselowski led some laps on the day. 9th place, Kyle Larson. Good chunk of points for him. 10th place, Denny Hamlin, despite the late race incident, or kind of late race incident. He comes home in the top 10 finish, so good result for him. 11th, McDowell. 12th, Suarez. 13th, Chastain, so the 2 Trackhouse guys there. 14th, LaJoy, really good run for him. 15th, Cindric. He spun out great wreck avoidance. Stenhouse blew a tire off turn 2. Cindric just avoided him. Had to spin to avoid him, but it was very impressive. Ty Dillon, 16th. Austin Dillon, 17th. Harrison Burton, 18th. Was up there in the top 5 fighting for a bit. It was impressive. 19th, Kevin Harvick. I don't know how he finished on the lead lap. He wrecked out of the lead. And I'm telling you, the back of that car was destroyed, but he somehow finishes on the lead lap, 19th. Ty Gibbs, 20th. Noah Gragson, 21st. 22nd, Landon Castle. 23rd, Garrett Smithley. 24th, Eric Almirola. 25th, Bubba Wallace. 26th, BJ McLeod. 27th, Ricky Stenhouse. 28th, Todd Gilliland. 29th, Alex Bowman. I think he had a tire problem. He's one of the guys that had a tire problem. And he ends up finishing 29th. Bad points day for him. He was already near the bottom of the grid. And it may be a must-win after one race to advance, or they need to have a top 5 at Talladega and hope a lot of other people have troubles because their point situation is not looking good. 30th, Chris Buescher. 31st, Martin Truex Jr. cannot get any luck this year. He was literally leading, and a tire blew. He had an engine expire when he was leading at Darlington, and now this. Truex has just had a lot of bad luck this year. 32nd, Chase Elliott for the second straight round. It starts off with a DNF. Of course, Darlington, he wrecked out in stage 1. This race, he was leading in stage 2, blew a tire right front, right rear. Can't remember what, but the car caught on fire. Fortunately, he was able to get out in time, but unfortunately for Elliott, he finishes 32nd, and I don't think he scored stage points, so he is only 2 or 3 points above the cutoff line. Really using up his mulligans with all those playoff points that he gained. But, yeah, going to Talladega, it's going to be a stressful one for him. 33rd, Cody Ware, as I said, a scary crash for him earlier in the race, had to be stretchered off, but thankfully he was released and treated at the infield care center later, or more tests later this week. Hopefully he will be okay. Hopefully he will be able to race next week at Talladega, but if not, best wishes to him. Hopefully he has a full and healthy recovery. But yes, a very scary crash for Cody Ware. Hopefully he is okay. Good to hear that he was released from the infield care center. 34th, Christopher Bell. He had multiple tire problems early in this race, and that kind of screwed him over. He doesn't have a ton of playoff points either, so he's going to be far below the cutoff line. Unfortunate for him. 35th, Cole Custer. 36th, Kyle Busch cannot buy any luck this year. Joe Gibbs Racing, him, it's been a bad year for them. They've had a lot of bad luck. It's just unfortunate for them to end it up like that. So, yeah, let's look at the point standings here. Here are your point standings. Logano is plus 30, Chastain plus 18, Byron is plus 17, Larson plus 16, Blaney plus 15, Hamlin plus 8, Suarez plus 4, Elliott plus 4, and then the guys below, Briscoe minus 4, Cindric minus 11, Bell minus 29, Bowman minus 30. So no one is safe going into Talladega except maybe Joey Logano. And even then, if he gets in a stage 1 crash, he is at the cut line. So Logano is the safest. Other than that, no one is safe. It's Talladega. Anyone can crash. Anyone can get involved in an incident. This is chaos. The only guys who have nothing to lose are Bell and Bowman. They are not mathematically in a must-win, but they either need the biggest points day they can possibly get or get a win to advance next week. They're in a very unfortunate situation for themselves. But, yeah. Other than that, it's close to the cutoff line. Lots of big names there. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Austin Cindric, the Daytona 500 winner. So a couple heavy hitters really right there at the cutoff line. So it's going to be interesting next week at Talladega. Speaking of Talladega, videos this week, I have no idea what the schedule is going to be because I'm actually going to be at Talladega working. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the race. I don't know if I'm going to be able to post videos from the track. I don't know if I can even do anything this week because days I don't have class, I'm working, and the days I do have class, I'm out from 8 to 5. So if you do see a video from me, it will be at nighttime, probably late night. But if not, I apologize for the lack of videos this week. I've been trying to get stuff done for school. As for next week, it's going to be a mess. There's not going to be a lot of videos. I apologize in advance. I'll probably make a video on it tomorrow just to remind you, but I do apologize. But yeah, this race was ugly. It was not pretty. The tire failures got a little absurd. It was dangerous. The next-gen car has enough safety concerns. We saw a guy potentially get hurt. Thankfully, he was not, had to be taken to a hospital or anything, but he still could be hurt. We don't know yet, but it's too dangerous to have tires blown out like this when the safety of the car is already in question. We've got a guy sitting out who's been out for 2 months with a concussion. It's not good. It's a bad look for NASCAR. It's a bad look for Goodyear. It's a bad look for everyone when we have these problems almost every other week. We had this problem in the spring with the tires at Texas. We had problems with the tires last week at Bristol. Something's got to be done. The tire thing is a whole separate issue, but then the next-gen safety is a whole other issue. There are a lot of issues right now. Has the next-gen provided a lot of great racing? Yes, it has, but safety should be the priority. It doesn't matter how good the racing is. Sacrifice good racing for safety. I don't care. The driver's safety is the most important thing. The pit crew members' safety, everyone's safety is the most important thing. So thanks for watching this. As I said, next week's going to be busy. I don't know what the schedule is, but I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.